Hey guys, JTech here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a solid lead using Sylenth 1. It's actually relatively easy to make, and it's actually nice and loud if you're wanting that nice loud driven sound for some of your tracks. The sound is going to sound like this, by the way. The first thing you want to do is you're going to want to open up your Sylenth 1. And once your sound is initialized, you're going to want to go in, initialize preset, just like this. Once your sound is all initialized, the first thing you're going to want to do is turn it up to 8 voices, take your retrigger off, increase it 1 octave, take your detune to about 4, 4.5. About there is good. Leave your stereo where it is, take your pan and just pan it slightly to the left. About 124 should be fine. Next thing you want to do is take your filter and turn it to a low pass and copy your oscillator A1 and bring it over and copy it to oscillator A2. Take your pan and just pan it the same amount to the right, 124 and minus 124, so that's good. That's it for the part A, and for part B you just want to go over and decrease the octave down by 1 to give it a nice background sound. Take your voices, increase it by 8, keep your retrigger off as well. Take your detune and bring it up to probably about 4, should be fine. About 4 should be good. Again, take your panning and just pan it about 124 to the left, and copy it again and paste it on oscillator B2 as well. And again, take your panning and put it to the opposite side, so the right at 124 to the right. Cutoff filter, again, you're going to want to keep it to a low pass. Right now it kind of sounds mudded up and not much is going on, but that's okay because we're going to adjust everything. The next thing you're going to do is take your filter and increase it up just a little bit so you can get that nice high-end sounds through. Once that is done, you're going to go to your mod envelopes and adjust your cutoff A and B by bringing the mod envelope 1 destination amplitude up all the way. Take your decay and just bring it up to probably about 2 to 3. It's kind of a touch basis and go here as you're moving things. You kind of get that, feel that popping sound come through. We're going to use that for a pluck sound and bring it into the saw sound. And to do that, we go to the source in miscellaneous, click it to mod wheel, and cut off A and B again. Bring it all up to 10. And we're just going to adjust the levels of the cutoff filters. And notice how the mod wheel is all the way down, and this is where we're going to find the start of our pluck. So you can kind of adjust how you like here. And as you move your mod wheel up, you'll notice that it fills up more of the room. Just like that. And after that is done, you're going to want to go to your EQ settings. Bring your bass and your bass frequency all the way down. Take your treble and just bring it up slightly, so probably about 9 decibels is where we want this to be at. Yeah, about there should be good. The treble frequency, you're gonna want to bring it up to about 500 or 5,000. Sorry, 552 should be fine. You're gonna go to your delay section and you're gonna take your delay left to 1/8. Oops, just like that. Take your high cut and your low cut and bring them up just slightly above halfway point. It's about 550 on the low cuts, and your high cut about 10,000. And I want to take your spread, bring it all the way up, your width down to a 30%, your dry wet to about 30% as well. Should be good. Take your reverb, bring your size down to about 2.5. If you tune 2 to 2.5, your pre-delay, you're going to want to bring it down to about 40 milliseconds. Leave your damp and your width where they're at, and take your dry wet to, again, about 30%. Bring up the mix envelope up probably about 6 degrees. Just like so. Give it some drive, about 1%. And make sure on part 8 you have this set to 12 decibels. And we'll get this listen, and we'll see what it sounds like. Let's delete the first one because we don't need that. And this is what we got. To properly get the sounds to sound better, you're going to want to make sure you EQ everything to get rid of the mud sounds. And to quick tip to bring out and make it seem like it's bigger and more in your face, if you have the plugin, I would recommend using it. If you don't, I would recommend getting it. It's the Waves Stereo Imager. So I'm just going to type in Imager. It's the S1 Imager Stereo is the one I mostly use for making the tracks and what I normally like. I usually turn the width all the way up. You'll notice that right away it brings the volume straight up. You gotta be careful when you're using these stereo imagers, especially when you're adding more things into your clips. I noticed that if you do it wrong, it will actually end up mudding up the track a lot more. So to avoid this, and it takes a lot of patience to do it and to figure out how to use it, is you want to grab a utility, and pretty much whenever you're using stereo imagery, you want to do that, and you're going to adjust the width from like stereo to mono, stereo being higher end and mono being lower on the percent values. And I'll just adjust this so you guys can hear the differences while it's playing. So you notice as I'm using the width percent value how everything sounds farther and closer, and by using this principle you can make your track sound bigger and more filled out than when you play everything in the same region of most sounds, and this will help your track sound a lot better. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on Super Solid and the quick tip on the stereo imager. There's new videos every week, will be posted all the time. Remember to subscribe and like my page. If you do like my page, you can follow me on Facebook at j-techmusic on Facebook, and my SoundCloud's jtech as well. Or if you like, you can follow me on my on my website at j-techmusic.com. Anyways, please remember to subscribe, and more videos always to come. Cheers, peace, guys.